So
Yeah, that's okay.
here we go.
What do you suggest we try? Start?
Hi, this is Elizabeth Clare Brewington with Brightside Global Trade, and I am so excited. If you've ever wanted to know about chilies and what's hot, what's not hot, what's delicious, we actually have somebody that has umami, and I hope I pronounced it right. So I'd like to let you introduce us to this great product, and then we will do a two-part video. The second part will actually taste it.
Sure. So thank you so much, Elizabeth and Elton. I appreciate the time. So let me start with what is a chili crisp? It's actually a new category of condiments, incredibly popular in Asia, primarily China. And it typically is a Chinese chili and black bean sort of condiment. And what we've done is we've taken this condiment, this typical Szechuan condiment, and we asked ourselves, how can we take the elements that people love so much, crispy chilies, umami, that fifth taste, right? And how can we bring it to other cuisines? How do we go to those other culinary capitals of the world, Kerala, India, Fez, Morocco, Oaxaca, Mexico? How do we bring that same experience to these other cultures? And that's really what we've done. We've really innovated. And at the same time, I think we've taken this type of condiment to a whole new level.
And we love the packaging. I mean, I think that's so, because there's a little bit of an education component. Many of us don't know the differences between all these different countries. And so I, of course, grew up with a lot of chilies. And in my grandmother, we would hire people to come and sit in our backyard and dry chilies and, pound them. And we are known as East Indians, and we are famous for our mixes that were all handmade. So I'm excited to try these. But tell us a little bit more about the company and what inspired. Do you all do other products, and what inspired you to do these chilies?
Sure. Well, you said a very, very important word a moment ago: educate. There's a fine line today between cultural appropriation, people taking other people's cultures, and cultural appreciation. And I want to make it abundantly clear that we are 100% about cultural appreciation. And you said education. That's right. We're trying to educate people. Our goal is to introduce these amazing flavors from all over the world to the American kitchen, right? And while doing that, we want to introduce them to culture, which is, you made note of the packaging. All of the icons on the packaging were very thoughtful. So for example, on our Moroccan packaging, what you'll see is these are henna hands. So we hired a henna artist who is an expert in Moroccan henna. And what we'll do is we'll use in our blogging, we'll use that opportunity to teach people about henna, how important it is to women. So we are all about education and sharing culture through food. Now, what's interesting is cultural appropriation would be going into a culture and stealing something. The interesting thing is that outside of Chinese culture, these products don't exist. There are no fermented black beans in India, Morocco, or Mexico, but that's where we get our umami, that fifth taste. So that's really what we're about. Now you say, how did we get here? When I was 24, which was 30 years ago, I moved to Taiwan to study Chinese. And when I was there, I lived in a very small village. And I just developed a deep appreciation for street food and just what the locals were doing. I've spent time living and working in mainland China, and traveling all over the world, including India. And I just had this desire to share these flavors. The other thing is I love spicy. So I thought, well, why can't I combine this love of spicy, which is on trend, this love of other cultures, and bring it together in a new and unique way, which is where umami, and as you noted here, the name of the company, that is the phonetic spelling of the Japanese word umami, U-M-A-M-I, which means the fifth taste. And that fifth taste takes sweet, sour, salty, and bitter, and it elevates all the umami, elevates all those sweet, sour, and salty bitter to a whole new level. So what you're going to experience in this taste test, both of you, is an amazing mouth explosion of flavors in your mouth. The easiest way to think about our products are the following: crispy chilies, crunchy nuts and seeds, and then a sweet finish. So we're going to unleash an explosion of spicy umami, and we're going to do it with crispy chilies. So people love that crisp part. Crunchy nuts and seeds, and then this sweet finish. So we did launch one other product recently. So those are all packed in high oleic sunflower oil. This is a new product as well. Did I send this to you? Did I?
No,
No,
not, no,
I
yeah.
don't know how I forgot.
But that's fine. You can tell us
Yep.
about it. You can tell us about it.
So we have an Indian, Moroccan, Mexican, and Chinese. This is Japanese. And if you can see sort of the details, it's the same idea, but not in oil. So it's unleash an explosion of spicy umami, and we call this umami heat. So you could sprinkle this on rice, on vegetables, popcorn. I love it on top of chocolate ice cream. And so it really is modeled after a 300-year-old blend from Tokyo, and we sort of contemporized it. But the umami in this one comes from nori, which is seaweed. So again, you're always going to get the same thing. You're going to get a spicy explosion of umami, and then crispy chilies, crunchy nuts and seeds, and a sweet finish. So this one has sesame seeds. It has ginger and orange zest. So a similar but a little different experience.
So let me ask you: is
Yes.
there effort to kind of? I see that you've taken unique and quite nutritious foods and added an element of taste to them, which transforms how we probably perceive the look of the food. In some ways.
That is a great question. Thank you so much. We worked really hard to be vegan. And we're also keto approved. We're one of 6 brands approved by Dr. Axe, who's a famous keto guy. And we did not add extra salt to these because we wanted to be low sodium. And so the flavor really comes from all of the spices. And that's really what we wanted to do. We wanted to make it available to everyone. It's not inexpensive. These products are expensive. We could have used a soybean oil, which would have been half the price of our high oleic sunflower oil. But the beauty about high oleic sunflower oil is it has a high flash point, which means you can stir fry without it smoking. But more important is it has a low freeze point, which means when you put this in the refrigerator after you open it, it stays liquid. So, do you ever get one of those jars that you put in the fridge and the oil gets solid? Will not happen here. So, but that oil, and it's a healthier oil for you, high oleic sunflower oil. So, this is a premium product. You don't need a lot of it, which is what you'll find as you sort of dive into it.
We're so excited. And when I saw it, I was just blown over because you can do curries, you can do sauces, you can do, you can spread it. There's so many uses for it that will save you so much time in the kitchen and make life so much easier.
That's right.
And especially when you're on a diet and you really have to do those veggies and things like that. I mean, you take olive oil, just toss it in, you've got yourself a fantastic dish, or collard greens because in the South. This would be great. So any more questions?
Well, I'm noticing our culture has been living in the realm, and it's still a portion that deals with taste to some extent. Everything that tastes good, but we fell off into the cave regarding nutrition. And so nutrition has to be right up there with taste, or we miss out. I'm finding, even personally, you've got to really harness the taste plus the nutrition to give you a balance of food so that your appetite, is in the right place. And so this looks like, from all practical perspectives, has great value like that. has great
Yeah.
value like that. I mean, so
Well, the
we're probably
tasting
going
will,
to try.
yep,
Yeah.
Go ahead.
the
So
tasting will
let's
prove it out.
hold this video. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
hold on. So you're watching Brightside Global Trade, and make sure that our website is www.brightsideglobaltrade.org. This video will be there. And if you're watching on YouTube, Facebook, or any of the social media channels, always make sure that you subscribe, write us a comment. We're giving away free tickets to our health and wellness conference, and we're doing one every single month. So we're giving away a lot of good stuff. So make sure you comment and tell us what you think about this video, and get more videos. And Mark, can you tell us your website? So now this is definitely for wholesale, correct? And retail.
Yeah, it's wholesale and retail.
Or is
So
it
we have an
available to the
e-commerce site.
consumer?
Yep. So our website is just our brand, OOMAME.net.
Okay.
Great.
OOMAME.net. And then there's a way to reach out to us, contact us. I'm happy to discuss any questions about wholesale. And then if you just want to order some jars, it's e-commerce, so you can just order pretty easily.
So there you have it. So you can also order something and then take a picture of you trying it. And so we know that you saw this video and that you enjoyed it as well. So thank you for watching, and stay tuned for part 2, because we're going to get Elton turning blue, trying the chilies and trying the different things. So stay tuned. This is going to be a lot of fun. Thank you.